Guys, so I was sitting here working on tutorials and I thought of one that could be very useful for you all, and it is appointment slots. Since I know we are going to be doing more quote quote office hours while students are out of the building, I thought this is something that you all could utilize, especially if you have a teacher page or even with your Google Classroom. So what we need to do is we need to get to Google Calendar first. So you're going to click on the day where you want to add appointment slots. Click on it just like you're creating a new event in your calendar. Now just underneath where you add the title, you have all of these options, and the one we want is appointment slots. When we click it, it changes the view of this little window just a little bit. However, we still want to add it, so we can put office hours. And then we can set the time. And let's say I'm going to do from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. Then you can set the slot duration, so how long you want each appointment slot to be. I generally stay at 30, but you could condense it to 15, whatever fits your purposes. You can also turn it into one giant slot. Then you are going to want to select the calendar. Now here's the important thing. Whatever calendar you put it on, it has to be a calendar that is publicly viewable. So for example, my first second grade library and tech time is tied in with my Google Classroom. Therefore, it is not a public calendar. Only specific people have access to it. Whereas our ASB meetings that is a calendar that has been shared publicly for the website, so that anybody who comes to our website can see ASB meeting activities. So make sure that when you do assign it to a calendar, it is one that you've gone into the settings and made publicly visible. So for the example of this, I am going to go ahead and put it under elementary class schedule. I'll delete it later. So now I have it the way I want, and I'm going to click save. So it has now created this little icon event right here. To claim an appointment slot, people can't simply just go to the elementary class schedule. So if I were to have elementary class schedule embedded on my teacher page, they couldn't just click into it on the calendar view like this. That is one unfortunate side effect. What we end up having to do is go to the specific appointment page, which is kind of like a sub-calendar. So I'll click this little link down here, and this is the separate calendar that has these office hour slots. Now, I could go ahead and I could just share this URL up here by copying it and putting it in an email or putting it in my Google Classroom. But I can also go ahead and embed this on my teacher page. So I've copied it. I'm going to come to my teacher page, I'm going to double click, and I'm going to click embed. Because I just took the URL, I'm going to embed using the URL. I'm going to paste it. It'll give me a preview, and I will insert. Then I can go ahead and adjust however I need it adjusted. We'll pretend that works for right now. And then I will publish my teacher page. Now I'm going to switch gears and actually move away from my school Gmail for the moment. So I hopped over to my personal Chrome so that you can see this in action. So I'm on my teacher page. I've embedded that appointment calendar. It's down here at the bottom. And Google knows that I am signed into a Gmail. So this is where the interactive element really kind of comes in and is nifty. So I can go ahead and click on this slot, the 2 o'clock slot. And for this example, I'm going to say that I've told my students to put their name in the what slot, where, so whether it be online or in person. So I would maybe put Google Meet, and then the description, what they need help with. My Chromebook won't print. Okay, save. So now that I've claimed that slot, what it has done is when I go as the student to look at this appointment slot calendar, it shows me when I am scheduled. But it has also sent me an email saying, hey, you have an appointment at 2 p.m., where it's at and what it's for. Okay, that's what the students will receive. Now let's go take a peek at what it looks like on the teacher's end. So let's go to my calendar because that's where it'll show up. And now it says Stephanie at 2 p.m. Let's see, we're meeting on a Google Meet. That's the location. And the description is the problem. My Chromebook won't print. So I can see who has claimed the appointments. So yeah, that is how the appointment slots work. They're a really nifty tool if you can get them sorted out and worked into your routine. If you have any questions, let me know.